I truly believe you have been guided here, and this wisdom has found you with so much intention and purpose and prophecy, and that in a sense, your will, your desire, your pull co-created this very experience that you are stepping into. So I want to take the time to truly welcome you into this expansion, into this growth, into this transformation of you stepping even further into being seen. The kind of visibility that is loving, it is soulful, it is uplifting, or it is truthful, it is grounded, it is rooted in the kind of world you wish to see. And so much of the visibility we're surrounded by is not quite that. Visibility is about a collective desire, a collective vision, just as much as it is about an individual desire or vision. So just as you feel called to be seen, I truly believe it is because there are people who feel called to see you. If you feel called to teach, it is because people feel called to be your students. And so thank you for honoring them, for honoring us, who will eventually be able to receive your wisdom, receive your magic, your art, your gifts in a way that is now going to be even more grounded, even more rooted, even more soulful. Now I want to take some time to describe why I made this. So first, on a social level, so I am a visionary, you are a visionary. I'm very obsessed with thinking about things at a social level, thinking about culture, thinking about society, thinking about social change and movement. And what I believe is that if there is such a thing as heaven on earth, okay, which every spiritual tradition has some understanding of this place of bliss, of nirvana, of paradise, of heaven, of utopia, that this is a vision of perfection that is held in all forms of faith and spirituality. If that exists on earth, then we all hold within our consciousness its possibility. And I believe that you are a portal, that each of us is a portal towards more of that love, healing, wisdom, service, joy, pleasure, abundance, all of these values that we can ascribe and associate to heaven on earth or to collective freedom, collective love and liberation, that we are each here to play a role in bringing that to life. When you watch a movie and you feel completely in awe of it, or you go to an event and the host creates this energy that you've been longing for that you didn't even know. I recently went to this beautiful event for Black women entrepreneurs, and it was so beautiful. So many of them were spiritual and soulful, and I had this really wonderful conversation at the end. So in a sense, the creator of that event created heaven on earth for me. So I believe as artists, as creators, as visionaries, we all are here to actually offer heaven on earth to each other. That heaven is not some distant possibility, but actually it's a possibility that we unlock for each other through what we create, through the food that we offer each other, the help, the support, through the music that we gift to each other, that we make for each other, through the teachings, the wisdom, that feeling of awe when an epiphany hits or a paradigm shift happens and your whole body tingles, like those sensations of feeling oneness. When we give each other help, food can feel like heaven on earth when someone is hungry, right? So we can create heaven for each other, or we can create hell for each other. And I believe that part of how this possibility is being blocked is that our light, like our collective light, is being blocked by shame, conditioning, programming, trauma, all of it by design to perpetuate the status quo, to keep things as they are. If we underestimate our power, if we underestimate our ability to create, our ability to thrive, then we won't act in alignment with our highest possibilities. So we will be kept small, we will shrink ourselves, we will hide. And therefore, as a collective, our possibilities are less than what we could be living. If we're not feeling called to be our most vibrant self, then we won't cause the loving ripple effect of our true expression. So this is some of the why on this like social collective level, that you are here to unlock something within the collective, something within yourself that is so precious, powerful, so purposeful. And I believe that so much shame and conditioning and hiding and shrinking ourselves is actually keeping those loving ripples from extending from your being, from your light, from your art, from your gifts. So I believe in you as a vessel towards more love, more freedom, more liberation, more healing, that you have something so powerful, so sacred within you that needs to be seen, that we all do. And that those of us who feel called to be seen in this way of love, service, purpose, abundance, yes, giving and also then receiving, that there is something that is truly magical unfolding through you and for you. And this work is here to help accelerate or give energy, energize that process. Now, I want to end this video on a very personal level. So you obviously see me being seen, right? You see me sharing myself, but you don't see all the ways that I have hidden, the ways that I have felt ashamed, the ways that I felt not good enough, and the moments in my path where I've questioned even continuing. So one of the biggest moments that stand out for me where I was in the most suffering and turmoil is when I decided to launch my podcast. And I remember going through all the questions of like, who am I to have a podcast? And I had a lot of conditioning around needing to be like an expert in order to deserve to speak. So basically being a PhD, being a professor, being a doctor, being a lawyer, where that is emphasized culturally. For me, I feel like a lot of Africans, we are taught that we need to be one of those things in order to be worthy, but also in order to be like secure and safe. So I had a lot of conditioning around who deserves to have a podcast and why would people listen to me. And when I think about that now, I'm just so in awe of the fact that there was a world, just like there are infinite possibilities in all directions, right? In the direction of purpose and in the direction of hiding from our purpose or not being able to live out our purpose. So in that direction, I think of the version of me who believed that voice and who didn't create a podcast. And now I'm around 70 soul sessions in, and it's been, I want to call it like my life's work. It's been my way, my vessel of sharing my light with the world through YouTube. YouTube only happened because I was devoted to my podcast. So when I really think about it, I'm like, oh my word, imagine I'd never started this podcast and like the world would continue, but look at all the ripple effects of love that I know have been created through my voice, through my sharing, that wouldn't have happened if I had believed that I wasn't good enough to have a podcast. And there really is a version of me who thought to herself, you are not qualified enough to do this. Who are you to get to do this? And had I not believed that actually, yes, I'm going to do it anyway. And not only am I going to do it afraid, I'm going to use my fear and alchemize that into wisdom. Like, I know that so many beautiful, loving seeds would not have been spread through me specifically, and that we all have a specific energy and frequency and vibration that speaks to the people it's meant to speak to. So yes, there would still be podcasts, there would still be YouTubes, there would still be books, people would still be learning and growing and healing. But my specific frequency, vibration, energy, wisdom wouldn't have come through, and then all the loving ripples of that would not have unfolded in the way that they could only unfold through my sharing. You know what I'm saying? So when I think of that, when I think of when I started that podcast and I recorded the first episode like 7 times and I wrote every single word down because I just thought that's what I had to do. And it was so stressful, so overwhelming. And I kept thinking I'm going to be canceled. Someone's going to take a clip of this and drag me on TikTok for not being inclusive enough or whatever enough. And those first few episodes, The Ugliness of Beauty, all about beauty politics, which is a topic that really speaks to me and that I would like to return to and I will return to in divine timing. But I really suffered in the making of those episodes. And so much of that suffering was because I feared being seen as not good enough. I feared being seen as not qualified enough. I feared being seen as not knowledgeable enough. I feared being seen as not inclusive enough. I feared being seen as not radical enough, whatever it may be, or too radical, right? And then the dangers of that and the visibility fears that you have around. I don't actually believe there's anything as too radical if you're standing for love. But what I mean is that there are physical dangers that you also feel afraid of when you share yourself, when you speak truth to power. Like, it's scary, right? As you know, or as you may be coming to know. So I felt so much fear of being seen, but I'm just so proud of that version of me for continuing, for like saying, yes, I'm afraid. And also I'm going to keep posting through this fear. And it is that process of learning how to do that. Even now, before recording this, there is fear. What if I say something people have already heard? What if I say something and it wastes people time? So there's all the ways that fear speaks to us and through us. But if we choose love each and every step in the way, I choose to love what I have to say. I choose to love my ability to say it today, not next week when I've read that book, not in 3 months when I've done the other qualification. No, today. I choose to love you. I choose to believe that you're not only here to criticize me and cancel me and hate on me, that there's a part of you that also is just seeking love. And my loving part and your loving part can dance together in this lifetime. And what a gift. And what if that was the purpose of all of this? So I believe in creating with love and through love. And I've distilled my wisdom on being seen, even when you're sensitive. Oh my word. And afraid, even through the tears and through some of the pains that come up, some of the projections and fears. And what if everyone hates me? And what are my friends saying? What are my parents saying? All of those things I have faced. and I found a way to alchemize them into love. And I'm not promising you a life without suffering, but I am saying that this is the form of suffering that your soul has actually also chosen in this life. So we're going to tap into joy, pleasure, delight, play, and also we're going to recognize the radical acceptance of everything in this life comes with its pains and its gifts. And your soul has chosen this path of being seen as the path that it seeks to walk, which means it's not only choosing the highs and the celebrations and the this and that, it's also choosing the growth that comes through some of these pains, some of these feelings of wounds and triggers and all the things that visibility can bring up. So I hope that we just walk this beautiful path together. You expand, you learn, and most of all, you practice and learn from actually doing and creating. My intention is that this holds your hand as you take brave, beautiful actions, that you find the play and delight wherever you can, and that you lean into the discomfort wherever it finds you, because it is here to support you. It's here to help you grow. And through those moments, we actually realize how strong, how resilient, how powerful, how capable we are, knowing we are always supported. I feel divinely held, divinely supported. My ancestors are here. I'm here. You're here. I'm not alone. And sometimes it feels like you're sitting in a room recording by yourself, which can feel really isolating. But when you relate to your art as this vibrant, alive, vivid aspect of life, like all creation is a form of life, then you are never alone when you're creating. You are in the flow of one of the core aspects of this universe, which is creativity. So I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. You are more than enough. You are ready. You are so powerful, so capable, and your wisdom, your light, your gifts, your art, it wants to be seen. It wants to be amplified because of just how powerful of a speaker, a healer, a teacher, a dancer, a poet, a writer, a giver, a receiver you are. A receiver of wisdom and insight and stories, a receiver of life, because that is what we do when we share. We're also allowing ourselves to be seen because of what we've seen, because of the stories we've lived, because of the books we've read, or the lives that we've observed, the people we've met. However you take wisdom and life and poetry in, you have seen so much, and that is also seeking to be seen through you. So it's funny that in order for what we have seen to be seen, we have to allow ourselves to be seen as well. And so we're both a vessel, and also people want to see you in your physical manifestation as you are today. You represent something to them. And when you combine that with your energy, your values, your wisdom, your art, your craft, it just creates this beautiful blend, this magical mixture that doesn't exist anywhere else in the cosmos. That's the power of it. Like, our uniqueness comes from our connectedness. You are a specific connection of reality that doesn't exist anywhere else. I am a specific connection of reality that doesn't exist anywhere else. The way you thread things together, and that's also the thing, if you're a multipassionate, that's on purpose, because you represent this multidimensionality that doesn't exist exactly the same way anywhere else in this universe. I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending you all the love, all the light, all the belief, all the faith. You are so powerful. My darling, my love, my soul sibling, thank you for stepping into the Soul Salon. If you are still hearing or watching this, we are soul siblings. We are resonating on the same frequency. And so something you may struggle with, that I struggle with, is the fear of being seen. You know that visibility is involved in you living your creative purpose and being in your power, serving the collective through your gifts, through your magic, through your medicine. In order to do that, you know you need to be more seen than you are allowing yourself to be right now. I have a gift just for you, heart made for us on this frequency, and it is a free ebook called the Soulful Visibility Guide. That is Soulful Visibility. Like, we don't just want to be seen, we want to be felt, we want to be heard, we want to move and be moved. So I do have a free gift for you, and all you need to do is go to my website, ayandastood.com, and there you will be able to input your email address and receive this directly to your inbox. This is such a juicy and delicious guide, and I change the free offering every few months, so get it while you can. All the links are in the show notes. So thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you on the next soul session. Okay, I love you. Bye.